Hello, Brian Murphy here, along with Chris Tomasson, TwinCities.com, here at Winter Park on Wednesday, a very newsy Wednesday. First of all, welcome to the Pioneer Press and the Twin Cities in general. Chris, you picked a hell of a week to start. We've got big news with the Vikings. Obviously, Josh Freeman now has been named the starter for not only this Monday night game against the Giants, but it's pretty much his job to lose for the rest of the season. This will be the third quarterback in as many weeks that the Vikings have started as they try to turn around a 1-4 start with a game against the 0-6 Giants. Chris, what are your thoughts on just sort of where this process is and what it's going to mean for the team?
I think it was a no-brainer decision. The Vikings are 1-4. The season at this point is going nowhere, and you've got to instill some life into the team. I mean, making the playoffs obviously is a long shot, but if Josh Freeman can, fire up the team and they finish somewhere around 500, that's a lot of optimism for next year. I mean, sure, they're talking about still finishing strong and making the playoffs, but we all know that's a long shot.
It's a big time long shot, but at least they're looking at the future, and this is what they brought Josh Freeman in for. They signed him last week after Tampa Bay waived him. $2 million prorated contract. He's not going to be holding the clipboard the rest of the season. He's got a big arm. He's been a proven commodity with the Buccaneers. This is a team that needs a spark and it needs a downfield passing game, but it kind of leaves Christian Ponder, who will be the backup number 2, not Matt Castle, against the Giants, sort of in limbo, and he addressed his future a little bit today. I don't think he's certain where he's going to end up. Leslie Frazier, though, says he sees no reason why he won't finish the season with the team, but with the October 29th trade deadline coming, it wouldn't be surprising if perhaps he's gone in a couple of weeks as well.
Yeah, it's interesting that he is the backup rather than Matt Castle this week. I mean, in case something happens, I don't think they want to lose Christian Ponder mentally. I mean, what if Josh Freeman is knocked out of the game or the season in the first series or something like that? They still have Christian Ponder there. So I think, the odds of Christian Ponder seeing much action the rest of the season are slim, but I think they still want to keep their options potentially open.
And this speaks to the problem that they've had all season. I mean, Matt Castle was essentially given a chance to earn the job for keeps, and he played pretty poorly against Carolina. I mean, the entire team did, but 2 interceptions, a bunch of drives that stalled. He really wasn't able to get into any kind of a rhythm. I think the Vikings right now are just looking for stability at this position, a future at this position, and a spark from this position, and that's probably what we're going to have to evaluate on Monday.
The bad news is there's not a great track record in NFL history for quarterbacks who've taken over in mid-season without a training camp, learning the playbook on the fly. It's tough, and actually one of the guys that had the most amount of success is St. Paul's own Steve Walsh. He took over the Saints in 1990 after being traded by the Dallas Cowboys and led the Saints to a 6-5 record and an 8-8 for the season and made the playoffs. So if that could somehow happen with the Vikings, they certainly would take it.
Well, they'll need it to start on Monday, so we'll evaluate next week again from Winter Park. This is Brian Murphy for Chris Tomasson.